Hey guys, this is Manni here, and I'm with one of our Titan sponsors, Angle Developments. So welcome, Vic and Sunny.
Thank you.
So we're really excited to have Angle Developments on board as one of our sponsors, because construction obviously is the backbone of property industry, and without that we can't go very far. So really what I wanted to share with you guys in this little video is talk about what Angle Developments do and how they can help Titans members specifically. So guys, in a nutshell, could you tell us a little bit more about who Angle Developments are and what is Angle Developments?
Yes, thank you, Manny. So essentially we're a contracting company, in construction, of course. So we work on kind of residential, office to residential, commercial to residential. We have many teams, and essentially, in a nutshell, that's exactly what we do.
So guys, if you're looking for anyone for your refurbs, for your commercial to resi conversions, any sort of project, building work, then I'm sure you guys can look at
Absolutely.
that, right? And I can vouch for the fact, because the last 3 projects that we've done in our portfolio have been with Angle Developments, and they've gone pretty much to plan and budget and cost, obviously barring a little few issues, but nothing major. So we can definitely recommend Angle Developments. So tell us how you can help Titans members who come along and they're looking for a quote of some sort for either a small project, maybe a extension, or a large project, could be a conversion of an office building into 5 flats or whatever.
Yeah, so we've got extensive experience in all the kind of areas you're talking about, so residential areas, commercial areas. So what we can do is we can sit down with you, we can look at your project, we can see if there are any things that we think you haven't considered. From start to finish, we have people on our teams, we can design it for you, we can look at all the different areas out there. But more importantly for you, we can give you indicative pricing. So we go down, we can get our quotes to a very detailed specification, give you all the information that you need as developers, obviously, to go away and crunch your numbers and figure out if this is the right deal for you. So what we'd usually suggest is coming to us beforehand. What we'll do is we can come on site, we can have a look at some projects, we can give you an indication what it might cost to within a margin that will give you the ability to go away and see, is this a project that works?
So guys, I think this is important more so now than ever, with rising material costs, shortage of supplies. You need to be very sure that if you're building a project 3, 4, 6 months from now, what sort of numbers you're looking at, because I think you've got an eye on the market.
That's right, yeah.
And you sort of know, speaking to suppliers presumably, about what the market's looking like in a short to medium term and what the numbers are going to look like, whether that's steels or concrete or timber, flooring.
Yeah, we're in constant communication with our suppliers. We have a very good relationship with them. So we may know slightly more than you as a developer. We might have our ear to the ground slightly more. It's good to bounce ideas off each other and just understand what the market's looking like for the next few months.
Yeah. So guys, when you're doing your spreadsheets, you're doing your viability of a project, we know that you shouldn't be looking at anything less than 30% return on cost, simply because the contingency as well in the construction phase. And I think we at Titans are obviously very pleased that you guys are on board. So guys, get along to Titans, come and meet Angle Developments. I'm sure you can take them to the projects you've done, showcase your projects to them, and they have a good sort of track record they've built over the last few years. You say there's loads of obviously construction project businesses out there. What is your USP, your unique selling point?
Yeah, so like you said, there's many construction firms and contractors out there. And we kind of focus on what we do best. And what we do best is we work very, very closely with the client. We have a team, we have a project manager, that each project is led by that PM. Then you have Vic and myself that overlook everything. We're the kind of point of contacts as well as our project manager and the teams. So we're a lot more kind of client focused, because we understand it's not just a project, it's a vision that you need to have. And the vision that we have is what, for example, the project we've done with you, we worked very, very closely from day one to the end to say, okay, guys, this is exactly how we need to do everything. So I think understanding the vision and making our team understand the same vision is key, and that's where we think, that's our kind of unique selling point about how we do our business.
Absolutely, and I think that is important. As you said, you need a team that works with you, not against you, and they're not just looking for that, okay, yes, there'll be additional costs if there is more time being spent or the specification has changed, but I think if you work together with your build team, then you could achieve a result which is amicable, firstly, and also palatable to both parties. So you make a little bit, and everybody wins, right? So, so yeah, that's great. Thank you, guys. So, guys, what does your pipeline look like in terms of 2022?
So yeah, our pipeline's pretty full already for this year. Last year we focused, primarily around residential, such as yourselves and a couple of other clients. This year we're working with just developers at the moment. We still have a team that kind of focuses on the client end project, like your residential,
New builds,
homes, etc. But we also are now focusing on and working on commercial to residential. So we're working with a couple of different developers, with a whole new PD rights have changed. So a lot of developers are now buying shops and offices and converting them to residential. So that's our focus for this year, for the next 10, 11 months, as well as a little bit of still the residential side of everything.
Well, I think that's sort of in theme, isn't it? Because that's what developers are doing, is using the permitted development rights to expand their businesses. And that's very much the focus in 2022. And I think you guys are definitely in the right track. So let's watch the space. I'm sure we'll hear more and see more of your projects at our regular events. And last but not the least, what advice would you give to new starters who are coming in and saying, well, actually, that looks like a really good project. Either it's some sort of unmortgageable property or it needs a bit of refurb. What sort of advice would you give them?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen over the last year, just coming to Titans, how many different people approach things in different ways. And because they include us in the process, usually at the start as well, we've personally seen how people can do things the right way and the wrong way. And I think what we've seen doing things the right way is essentially engaging the experts as early as possible. So I know you said it's just one part of the cogs just to ask us, but it's also you need to get an architect, get your structural engineer out. These guys are more and more seeing that they can come out to a project beforehand. They might not give you the full service because you don't necessarily want to pay for the full service, but ask them in advance, does this make sense? Because you're doing the numbers. Property developers nowadays come from all different backgrounds. They're not necessarily experts. So use your team to give you the right advice. Make sure that the numbers stack up with the people who know what they're doing. I think that's the thing that we've seen.
Works
exactly,
the best, absolutely.
We've seen a number of times the deal gets busted because somebody didn't understand something in the right place that they could have asked. It could have been a small call to somebody who knows. And it's just the best way to be prepared when you're starting, I think.
Fantastic. I think definitely that's the right way to go. We have all the experts here. Obviously, Angle Developments, we've got 8 other sponsors who are in their various fields, as you mentioned, planning, architects, insurance brokers, co-wealth. Each and every different part of the business has someone we can, who can help you in your sort of business property journey. So come along to teamtitans.co.uk. It'd be great to see you here, and we've got some amazing speakers lined up for the rest of the year. So guys, look forward to seeing more of you here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Manni.